Hello, and welcome to the show. We need to understand that this is not a show. This is not a show. This is reality. And we've had a reality show, however, on 9/11. So today is 9/11. It's many years since we had 9/11. We have a whole group of teenagers here that were not here when there was 9/11. They didn't see the tears. They didn't smell the fire. They didn't watch everything expire as people landed on the ground. Listen, this is a time for change, and not the kind of change that we've had that leaves us with change in our pockets. This is the time of the revaluation of the currencies, and I am here to let you understand the policies and the principles behind this situation. We are going gold, silver backed, and other assets, and also whatever you put in, we want to have you get out, as far as the matrix of what you can establish in your name and in corporations the same, and that you can be your own boss and work. This is not about sitting around and getting rich and not showing up and not going to town. We have to go to town, and we need to support our stores. We can't just support Amazon anymore. We need to have stores that can address our concerns. We need to stop the pollution and sending out so many boxes and processing so much equipment. We need to have a variety in our stores. I think it would be best if all of our stores did not have all the rest of the same stuff in it from every single place. Why do I have to get the same exact food? So, I think that what would be responsible is for us to address a wider variety of concerns by using our talents and our assets that we already have to address the larger market of the global universe, not just United States. We need to increase the economy here, but we don't do it by oppressing other people. And we also need to clean up our food and our water. My dad died partly because he lived in a town that had bad water. My dad's town water is known for causing cancer. And what is sad is that somebody told him just to pray over it, because he did not prioritize, nor did the government prioritize water purification as well as it should. Is my dad upset now? Yes. Is my dad going to feel a little bit better if you address his concerns and change today? And don't just pray. We have to take action in a new way. So, my name is Tanya Miller, and nobody has run for space. The space in our hearts that know that we don't want to support darts from hell. We thank you that we have a well in this world to draw from, but we need to protect our wells, our water wells, our heart wells, and our financial situations. If you have somebody in your life that wants you dead or doesn't believe in you the way Yeshua said, then please don't waste your life with them, because you have resources and love to give to other people that will appreciate you. So, we don't want to just focus on 9/11, the emergency, the calm, the situation that was put down. Let's think about 9/11. That's an American thing. The American broadcast system. Okay? The agencies, they calm each other. They put out messages. They talk in code. Let's break the code, and let's learn to not just sing in a way that creates nodes. A node is something on your vocal cords from yelling and not spelling out the truth in the right way. We need to spell out the truth in the right way and not just yell. Because when you sing from your diaphragm, your air is supported, and it keeps you from having nodes, which are ugly growths that grow on your vocal cords. So what we want to do is support this country and be a good neighbor to the world in how we responsibly spend overseas and at home, and buying their products, and with what products we provide them. Which means if we're going to be a friend, we need to clean up our land. We need to stop the pesticides, and we need to clean up the land in a responsible way. Now, a lot of us don't want to eat rotten looking apples, do we? We don't. That's the problem. We don't want to eat rotten apples. We don't want to eat apples that look rotten, but they're not rotten if they just have spots. So we have to learn, if we don't want to have everything look perfect, sometimes that's the best way. So sometimes it's the best way to address the nation with no makeup, just the way you are when you're taking out the trash today, because you need to get something done. We need to get something done. Today shouldn't just be a day of mourning and praying for the dead, although we do want to pray for the dead. We want to ask forgiveness for anyone that did the wrong thing that day, right? That is in Yeshua in any way. Because some people didn't know they shouldn't have gone to their desk because they felt that they needed to do like the rest. And they didn't listen to their intuition and their gut. So let's stay out of a rut. And don't stay married to somebody who doesn't pray with you and wants you dead. And don't stay in a relationship that's fraudulent if it could get you in jail. And let's quit covering things up. That's what tip lines are for. If you work for the FBI and more, you don't have to say your name. You could just call somewhere. While we're at it, why don't we get some payphones back, or credit card payphones, or something back in the airports and other strategic locations? What are you to do when you have your phone breakdown and you need to make a call and you're in an airport? For gosh sake, what are we doing? We have so many malls. Can't we just put a payphone in every mall and in the airports, so that if somebody wants to give a tip out into the world to the FBI and so on, that they can give a tip on a payphone that is not hijacked by a camera and security system watching it? Can we get back to just letting information be and quit watching too much TV? Because who knows if what I said is true, but we do have satellites all around, and we have ways of hacking into people's brains. And why do you think that they need an earpiece when they have technology to just talk to somebody directly through their skull? Okay? So let's just quit thinking that the FBI, the CIA, and NCIS and all these other things, they actually, look into crimes of $10,000 and all the rest. Because they don't. They're trying to make the big arrests. And we need to pray for them, and we need to love them, and we need to hold them up in our arms, because there are so many of them that didn't have a choice, that don't even have names, that were just a roster in a place, but they weren't. They were a soul. Where do you think all the missing children have gone, or things that have been created in labs? It's sad. It's sad, and it's bad. The difference between sad and bad is sad means it already happened, and bad means it's still happening. So it was sad. That means it happened a lot. But the problem is, people don't really tell you what has happened. I know, and I pray, and I wake today to ask you in a new way to address the nation in love and stay in Yeshua, Jesus. That's what we say. when we want to use the original name His way. I don't always know the right pronunciations for things, but we do need to get down to the right thing, because it talks about false prophets and it talks about false Jesuses, Yeshuas, and false gods. So false gods do have power. They can change things, but they'll change things in a way that you don't like today. Maybe not in a way that you can see or pray, because you don't even know, it's not disclosed that way. So I ask that we all get on our hands and knees, or lay in bed, or just say please to the Father in heaven to have mercy and grace on this nation as we address this whole entire situation. To the dead, to the loved, to the almost dead, to those we're trying to save, and those who are almost wed, to the wrong situation but turned around and got their crown from their Father in heaven. Thank you, and we bless you. In the name of Yeshua, good night and good day. Shalom and all right. Let's say every word that we don't know in every language, because I am not a linguistic. I am just here to stand in the gap for what I'm supposed to do and what my father was supposed to do, who was taken out by the deep state, and some other people too. So there's a lot of names on the list. Do you have a honey that was taken out like I do? Please, let's love each other and do better. Thank you.